Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the What Do You Dream podcast. I'm Nick with Kristi.
Hello.
And today I have a new chair that's not squeaky. So that's the first thing this is going to be a really quick note. I got a new chair, spent some money on it. My butt feels great. And I wanted you guys to know that.
That's the main thing. You got a
because
great...
my butt comfort is your butt comfort.
Well, I'm sitting here on the floor in my wardrobe because, that's just the things we do for you guys.
The things we do for your love and views. Okay. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay.
So let's just get straight into the stuff you're here for. You're here for the dreams. You're here for the memes. You're here for the funny things.
That's true.
I'm going to preface this by saying I've binge watched Squid Games over the weekend on Netflix.
God. Squid Games is just the thing right now. All I'm seeing all over Facebook, Instagram is Squid Game.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. I loved every second of it. Yes, it's gruesome. Yes,
emotional roller coaster.
I know. That's the perfect way to describe it. Emotional roller coaster. There is so much happy moments, so many sad moments, so many what the fuck moments. And if you haven't watched it, watch it now. Don't listen to this podcast.
Yes.
Actually, wait, no, listen first and then go watch it, but just
have it playing in the background.
Yeah, watch it.
And watch. Yeah. It'll make the viewing experience better. Let's say better. Let's say I think so.
Do you want to describe to our listeners of those who haven't watched it what Squid Game is about in a nutshell?
Okay, so I'm going to give you the top level. So basically it is a kind of you ever watch Takeshi's Castle or a Wipeout or anything like that? It's something like that. So it's a game show where people have to verse each other for money, and if they fall outside of the boundaries of the rules, they die.
Pretty much.
Or if that's the simplest thing. So they pick people who are on the last legs financially, who are basically losers, and will do anything for money.
Yeah.
So it goes into the deep dark, what you're going to do for money, what people are like the happiness and the sadness all wrapped in.
Yeah.
And I got to say, these guys know how to write characters. They wrote the characters so goddamn well. The visual style was fantastic.
Might I say,
the art direction,
visually it was beautiful. Like, it was shot so well. So well.
Puts Western cinema to shame. Cinema. I say cinema. This is a cinematic
100%. And the actors. Like, even the actors just did such a great job. I was watching this.
The only problem
was
the white people. They could not act.
Oh, the VIPs.
But it works.
The VIPs.
Yeah.
No, they were a bit of a letdown, but they were only in it for a short amount, so you kind of got away with it. But yeah, I just watching this cinematically, I was in awe.
It was such a feast for the art because it was so beautiful, but at the same time, it was so the best way is to say disgusting.
Such a
you were disgusted by the actions, by what was happening. It was like a mix of it was disgusting what was happening, disgusting what people were doing, and disgusting what was happening behind the scenes.
But you couldn't stop watching. You couldn't stop watching.
No,
like my eyes were glued to the screen.
With them.
Yes, and it's only 9 episodes too. So
yeah. And Game of Thrones, people go like, oh, the characters development and they kill people so well. This Game of Thrones is crap. Well, I still say it's crap compared to this.
Well, only like
even
the
last
good 2
seasons. Crap compared to this.
Yeah.
Look,
we'll agree to disagree here.
If you have a 5-course meal and dessert is they shit in your mouth, it's going to be a bad meal. All that's how it goes. But let's not talk about poo and let's not talk about squids. Also, here's a fun fact for you on Squid Games.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as the Squid Game. It does not exist.
Really? They made it
up for the show.
No. Oh my God.
Yeah. Also, I want to buy one of those masks. They're like $20 on eBay.
Oh, did you know the guards, that's already a Halloween costume for this year? Like, it's already out there.
It is.
That was so fast. That happened so fast.
They also sounded so cool. You didn't watch it dubbed, did you?
Yes.
You watched it with subtitles?
No, I watched it dubbed.
Dubbed so much worse.
Really? Because I heard the subtitles were so much worse.
No. because look, I'm of the strong opinion you should never watch anything dubbed if it's English, like if it's not English, if it's people, if people are out there, because you lose so much nuance and depth in the language, and the because it's just such an emotional show. There's so much depth in their acting that it's almost you got to rewatch it in Japanese and Korean. Like, go through that roller coaster again. I actually
thought the people who did the dubbing did a really good job.
Okay, I need to watch the dub to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, but let's get into the dream segment. You're not here for a review. If you are interested, we'll review
That's
it.
A different podcast. But we will say there are spoilers. If you have not watched Squid Game, there will be spoilers. So we are warning you. Do not come at us with a lawsuit. Okay? We are telling you now there will be spoilers. So hit the pause button, watch Squid Game, and then you can continue.
Yeah. Okay. So I had a Squid Game, not an exact Squid Game dream, but it was very heavily influenced. I think it's my spin on Squid Games.
Okay.
So we start off with it's kind of like I'd say like a Greek-ish kind of area.
Yep.
But it's really built up, got a lot of apartments, and I'm on the ground floor in like a shop area. Actually, funnily enough, it looked like the Korean area, the poor areas that they were showing in the show.
Yep.
So I was there and just walking around. And then a lot of people came out on their balconies and started looking. And I was like, where's everyone looking at? And then someone's like, oh, you don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean I don't know? And they said, you got to go find the answers. So it starts raining. Think of like Blade Runner kind of like a aesthetic. Then I go to this club. It's like and then I find this person in purple hair, and then they look at me. They run away, and they're like, and then I tackle them, and I'm like, tell me what's happening, which makes no sense. But I just say, tell me what's happening, and then he goes, it's already too late. And then have you watched The Purge?
No, but I know what it's about.
The Purge siren goes off.
Okay, yep.
It's like,
yep. Yep.
And then you just start hearing explosions, people screaming. So then I start blitzing it. I just start running through the streets, and people they don't know what's going on. So it's not The Purge what's happening. It's just things going nuts.
Yeah. So
then I end up going into this room full of all these people, like women, children, old people, like there's a whole like slew of society in there. And then we're all talking, going like, well, what's happening? And then someone said, I think the Macedonians have started the games. And I'm like, okay. Why are you saying the Macedonians? Okay. Why are they doing this? And it's like, this happens every year. The Macedonians unleash them, and whoever lives gets prosperity. And I was like, who are them? Like, what is them? What is they? And then you just start hearing screaming, and people are yelling, and it's freaking like zombie robots.
Yeah.
Like they're like going through, they're just eating people. So I start freaking out, and I run, I get onto the top of the apartment buildings. I'm shimmying up the balcony and I'm running, and this old guy's standing on top of the building with me.
Yeah.
And then we're both looking at the horizon, and then there's just thousands of zombies just running through and eating people. And then there's like this gap between my building and another building, and then I have to jump, but the old man's like, no, help me, and he's like holding onto my leg.
Yeah.
And then I kick him off my leg.
Yep.
And then I jump, and he starts screaming and crying, and then he gets overwhelmed by the zombies. And then I wake up.
So there's like
there's a lot of genres happening.
I was gonna say there's zombies, there's The Purge. I didn't really get like a Squid Game kind of vibe from that.
It's because it was just more like, yeah, it's like a zombie purge / fun game thing. It's like my brain combined a bunch of different genres based off of. because there was actually, I forgot this point, there were guards who weren't getting eaten by the zombies that were the Squid Games people.
Okay, so that's
so they
Squid
were kind
Game
of like shepherd. They were like shepherding the zombies,
like telling them where to go and who to eat.
Yeah, and then if anyone was still alive when they were like half eaten, they'd just shoot them in the head.
Oh.
Which you got really used to in that show.
Yeah, because that happens like every 5 minutes.
Really used to every 5 minutes, and then that was the whole dream. I don't know what the hell it means.
Yeah.
This is very on brand for me though. This is like high production value and dream quality for me. I had a lot of action.
I was gonna say it's a typical Nick dream where just so much stuff happens and you're kind of like, where do I begin? Where do I begin analyzing this?
Let's deconstruct this.
Yeah. Okay, so
where are we gonna analyze this?
I find it weird that you said you were in like a Greek setting, but then the place you're in is very Korean.
Yeah, I know. Because like that obviously is from the Squid Games, that like whole that urban-y thing. But I don't know why I was in Greece.
Yeah,
I really don't know why.
I don't know. Maybe it was just your mom was like, let's just pick a place and we'll go Greece.
True. I think maybe it was just that. Let's just roll the random die and see where it lands.
Or could you have gone like a little bit Gladiator, because they sort of fight to the death as well.
You know what? But that's Roman.
Yeah.
But then you got Greek, old school Greek Olympics was very...
Yeah, that's like, kind of where I'm getting
brutal.
at.
So maybe that's the competition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Competitive. The original Western competitive scene was there.
And then obviously you got
I think we got that, yep.
You got the Korean side from, I think that's from Squid Game.
Has to be.
Yeah.
There's no way around that one.
Yeah.
And then I think the pink-haired dude was like the main guy at the end.
Yeah.
The Squid Games.
That's what I was going to say as well, because he dyes his hair like red at the end. Yeah. So again,
because the guy was Asian, by the way. Because this is the problem. So he was Korean or Asian, just general Asian. I can't. It's okay. I'm half Chinese. I'm not being racist or dismissive.
No, it's fine.
They're my people.
Yeah. And
so there's that.
The purge siren. That's interesting.
It's iconic. I think that's an iconic siren.
Yeah, and it's a good sign because anyone who hears it, they know exactly what's about to happen. So it's a good kind of way to start the violence and to start the whole massacre and the scene. So I feel like the siren is a scene starter. Yeah.
See, my brain just knows how to set up scenes.
I know.
Wow, I'm so smart.
You really have a cinematic brain, don't you?
Yeah, it's just like it's like you haven't watched enough of this shit. We need to shove it into your brain more.
But that could also come from that could come from the screenwriter side of you as well.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think my dreams have become more cinematic since I've been practicing screenwriting more.
Well, there you go.
You have to think how it's going to look. Okay, yeah. So there you go. Look at you opening my brain up like a mango. I don't know.
Like
do you have mango?
I love mango.
Like a mango. Mangoes are so good.
So good.
But my brain is not the pip. It's really hard and no one wants it.
No one wants it. True, no one wants. I feel like the seed in the mango is so annoying because it's like, why do you have to be there? You are taking up so much delicious mango space.
Mango surface area.
Yeah, it's just too big. It's too big. I want more of the juicy mango than the fucking seed. I don't like it.
Look, people, you know what? Let's keep on going with this analogy. There is a small portion of the population that like to take the seed and make more from it. So someone out there wants I'm going to not say that last set. Wants my brain. Not the other way of saying it. That's really... Okay,
I just got where you were going with that. If you want to take the seed. It took me a while.
I didn't say it.
I got there.
Yeah, it took a minute.
You said worse things.
My brain... it's true. My brain's smart. That's the simple thing.
Okay.
It's unique.
Yes. The Macedonians. That's, again, also interesting sort of singling out
Look, I think I know why, because the Greeks and the Macedonians have a thing, because it's like Macedonians don't like being called Greek because they're Macedonians.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Because you know how, I mean, like, it'd be like someone calling Hungarians Polish or something.
No, it's calling someone Hungarian a Serb.
Okay, there you go.
That's yeah.
It's so it's that like kind of called ethnic nuance.
Yes.
That people don't realize.
It's like calling us Australians convicts. We don't like it.
Oh, it depends. Some people don't care.
Really?
Some people, I don't mind.
Oh,
I don't mind. I mean, because it's like, I guess it's being a mixed. I don't really care.
Oh, I don't like it.
I think my people had convicts. I think on my Anglo side, I think we were the ones going like, you stole yourself a loaf of bread. You must take 50 years in Van Diemen's land. Please, me lord, I was just trying to save your family. I don't care. Get on the boats with you. We need people to work the fields.
So it's crazy.
Like, mister, how about me family? Okay, we'll give them 20 years too. Let's go.
That's exactly how it happened, though. Yeah, that's so true.
Did you ever go to those museums and they showed you like, this is Bob Smith and he stole a watch and he got 50 lashes and went to Australia?
Not a museum, but I did go to Port Stephens in Tasmania, and that was a Port Stephens? Is it Port Stephens? No, not Port Stephens. What's it called? Port Arthur.
Hobart?
Port Arthur is what one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's a massive like jail.
Oh, cool.
In Tasmania, and it was a colonial jail. So convicts from England would be put on a ship and taken straight to Port Arthur. And it's still kind of, you can go in there. It's like a historical site now. And half of the jail's still standing. It's massive. It's a huge colonial town, and there's like an old church, there's the asylum, there's the jail cells. It's massive, and there's, but the weird thing is, it's in such a beautiful location, and it's got such a dark past, because all on the walls it tells you, this was little Jimmy and he was 12 and he got sent to Port Arthur for literally stealing a slice of bread, and he got like 20 years and he was 12 years old and he had to come on his own. And apparently they said the journey, imagine being 12 years old and put on a ship full of convicts and sent to a brand new country, and as soon as you turn the corner in the ocean, you just see this massive jail. It would have been so terrifying.
Neat.
No, it just would have been. But there was also a little island just off of Port Arthur that was for children only, and there was like a little rehabilitation island where they tried to, because children can still be, taught to do the right thing. They're still young, so their minds can be altered. So they tried to rehabilitate these children, but a lot of them they went out and then did something bad and were sent back to the jail. So a lot of them didn't really make it out and about, which was quite sad. But yeah, it's really cool to see. If anyone ever goes to Tasmania, definitely go to Port Arthur, because it is really cool.
This episode sponsored by Port Arthur.
I was
just be a
about
convict?
to say,
why not try it out?
My little plug to come visit Australia.
Oh my! Like we have no tourist income, so give us some tourist income, please.
Yes.
Or give us, Kristi and I whatever you would spend on coming here.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a punishment to come here. Now people spend money to come here. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk
Not
it?
Me. So. Zombies, now the zombies saving people and kicking an old man so I don't die. What do you think about that?
Well, because in Squid Game, he sort of takes advantage of the old man. And at this point, you just think he's an old innocent man who's dying from a brain tumor. So that's where it could be, because he sort of, he manipulates the old man so he can win a game. Because if he doesn't win the game, he's going to die. But the old man is... The whole thing with him is he joined because he's got a brain tumor and he's about to die anyway. So the main character sort of thinks this way, as if you're about to die, I still have my whole life ahead of me. I'm going to take advantage of you because I want to win this game. And it's a one-on-one game. It was marbles. So that's where it could be coming from, a very similar situation where he's an old man and you're kind of like, well, you're on your deathbed anyway. I'm going to go save myself.
Okay, this is interesting because now I'm going to just take a tangent focusing more on Squid Games. Did he sound really cut up when he worked out that the old man was sounding like he was having a dementia episode? Did he sound really like conflicted?
I feel like he did. Not? I feel like he did. He was, because at the same time, he wasn't, because you only had 10 minutes to finish this game, otherwise you're both eliminated. So time was a factor, as well as this is now a one-on-one game, and he's made friends with this old man. So he knows that either way, one of them's going to die or both of them are going to die, because the old man kind of has I thought he had a stroke and he kind of had a little bit of dementia there because he was getting confused. But in the end, so again, spoiler, you find out that he was faking it. He wanted to see... He was testing him. So he knew what was happening, but he was acting as if he was going through a dementia sort of... Episode, yeah. So, I don't know. I think he felt bad, but in the end, it was his life at stake.
Well, because I think... Well, because the interest... There you go.
No. When he does win the game and the old man's going to get shot, it is such an emotional scene and you can see the pain on his face. So, I think he really did feel bad, but when it's life or death, you kind of... All your normal senses go out the window.
So in that scene leading up to it, they really in the Korean version, every time he talks to the old man, even when he's like taking advantage, you can hear the quivering and the how upset he is every time in his voice. And it was really like he was never malicious, which is the important thing, because he's actually like the only player who doesn't actively want to kill anybody, which is completely different to everyone else.
Yes.
But I think that's what the old man in the dream was that old man. And at this point, I had not finished it. So I only knew that old man died. I thought he died.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that was my conflict of I think it was me rehearsing what would I do in this situation. And my answer is I'd kick an old man in the face.
So you'd just be ruthless if you were put into a Squid Game situation.
Honestly, I don't think I would be ruthless. I would probably take care of myself.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't actively be an asshole.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what I'd be like in a life or death situation.
Yeah.
Who knows? I might just go full cannibal and start eating people's livers.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
And then,
could that be where
it finishes with the climax.
I was going to say, could that be where the zombies come from? Sort of that you don't know what you'd be like. It'd be so unpredictable.
True.
There's that sense
true.
of...
And zombies are my default, like, post-apocalyptic scenario, run through the scenario. It's like, what would happen if zombies attacked? Like, that is my default. So I think that's why it plays as a default.
Yeah.
In the dream. But for some reason, I also thought about making them cyborgs who could be controlled. For the sake of narrative.
Did that happen? That didn't happen in the dream. That was just an afterthought?
No. That was like, they were robot zombies. They were like, they had like a funny like robot part of their head that was like obviously like cyborgy.
Because that could be you taking control of the situation then.
That's my and controlled animal
Yeah,
instinct.
at first you're all panicked and you're like, I'm just going to sacrifice this old man. And then you've been in there a little while and you're kind of, okay, this is what's happening. And then you sort of come to taking control of yourself and the situation, where at first it's all chaos and you're like, what the fuck? Sort of like the same as the guys in the first game of Squid Game. Everyone's like, what the hell's happening? That could have been you. And then, you know, you're sort of going through everything. And at the end, you're kind of like, well, I'm going to take the balls. I'm going to take these balls by my hand. And
oh, hello.
and I'm going to squeeze them and take control of the situation. God. I don't know why I use balls, but it just felt appropriate.
And everyone else, you can't see this. Kristi was cupping her hands and squeezing. It was very awkward to watch. Like, whew. Yep. Okay, so to summarize, the dream is me reflecting on the Squid Games.
Yeah.
Trying to place that's based in the, let's say, the home of competitive Western sports.
Yep.
And it's an exploration of what I would do in a Squid Games-esque scenario.
Yeah.
Essentially a apocalyptic situation and demonstrating control of the situation, trying to demonstrate control in a chaotic moment. So maybe I have a chaotic moment at the moment where I'm try and regain control. So I don't think so. I don't think I have any chaotic moment at the moment. It's not so much chaos as maybe it is. Actually, you know what?
Control chaos. Is it?
I won't go into detail.
Chaos?
I'm not going to go into detail on that. It's it is like, yeah, I did have I had lost control probably around that time. So
tell us all your secrets.
Okay, I'll okay. No secrets today. We keep the secrets.
I like it. I think we've come to a good conclusion there.
Yeah, I like that. Was a very good Squid Game theme dream. Now, I also have a second dream.
Okay.
So.
Is it as chaotic as your first one?
It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun.
Okay.
It's a lot more fun. It's a bit more of a throwback. So I'm back at uni, my old uni. And like it is, but it's obvious it's had like some upgrades.
Yep.
Stuff that's not there before, all that jazz. Funnily enough, this is the second time I've come to a place. Actually, no, I don't think it is my uni, but it's based on my uni because I had a dream where I was in Japan as well, and it was the same setting. So I think I'm just reusing set pieces.
Yeah,
you know, I'm trying to save some saving budget in my brain. Use it again.
Let's just not be creative. Let's just use something I already know.
Yeah. It's like those old cartoons where they keep on doing the same action because it's just like it's cheaper to reuse the same animated action, just change the background. It's fine. It's fine. So I'm at this uni and I think I'm a student. I didn't think I was so it's funny. I think I'm reflecting on it. I think I was a student, but while I was there, I didn't think I was a student. Does that make sense?
No, but anyway.
So I just thought I was okay. So I thought I was me right now, just doing my thing. I don't go to uni. I don't take classes. I don't do any of that. But I got a phone message from my first boss from my high school. So he works at the uni in this dream. So my first boss was my old Australian history teacher from high school because I was a rugby coach and he was essentially my boss. And he sent me a message going like, we need to talk about your last economics assignment. I was like, what? I don't do economics. I did it once at uni. I got myself a HD and I didn't want to touch that shit ever again because it's just all a bunch of crap.
Yep.
It's all voodoo. It's the modern day equivalent of witchcraft. Anyway, so I'm like, I need to talk to this. I need to talk to him and clear this up because that was the main thing. I need to talk to him and clear it up because I don't study anymore and I can't deal with this crap.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm running through the uni and they got this new huge library, like this huge one, multi level.
Yep.
And I realized I was trying to find my work pass for some reason, thinking this was going to work.
Yeah.
And then I'm But instead of that, I'm sneaking behind people to try and get into past security points
Yep.
and all this kind of stuff. And I'm wearing my normal work clothes, so it looks like I fit in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting into these other levels, and I've got like guards looking at me, but they're kind of like looking at me, and I go, "Hey, mate," and they go, "Hey, brother," and they're islanders, so I just let them cover the map. And then I'm walking around, and then there's this, like, in remember in Borders when they had like the kids section where they had like people that would read books to them every once in a while, or
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
yeah. So they had that, but for adults. And I was like, what's up? And the funny part is, I don't know what they were reading. Even though I could hear words, I could not register the words that were being said.
Yeah.
So I snuck up behind one of the people who was listening to the story, and I took their pass. And I looked at the pass, and it said, had my name at the back. And I was like, what? And it said expired 2001. And I was like, what's this? This is a bigger conspiracy. Does that mean that I was here before? Does that mean, is there a bigger conspiracy going on? And I'm like, I need to find this. I need to find this professor and talk to him. So I start running around all these rooms, opening it up, looking around, going like, where is he? And then people go, who? And I'm like, oh, sorry. It would help if I said who he was exactly. So I gave him the full name. Like, oh yeah, he's on level 37A. Just go there. Cool. Go to 37A. I find him and I go, what are you talking about? And he's like, I just wanted to congratulate you on your amazing test. And I was like, oh, okay. And he said, it was the best thing I've ever read in my life. You were very intelligent. Thank you. Now have a cookie. And I took the cookie. Good boy. Now go and learn. Learn like the wind. Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. Have a fun Sunday. And that was it.
I love to have a cookie.
Yeah. I wasn't even hungry.
But you still took the cookie.
You can't say no.
Yeah, you can't say no to a free cookie.
I didn't eat it there because if it's like a drug cookie, then at least if I go home, I'm just going to have a long sleep.
Like a pot brownie.
Yeah. Like I'm not going to risk my body.
There's always a lot of running in your dreams, isn't there? Like you're always in a rush. I feel like you're always in a rush in your dreams. Like time is against you.
I think that has to do with and I'm always running. My brain's always running at like 1,000,000 miles an hour, even before I go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just my disposition. I'm always just go,
Yep.
no stop.
Yeah.
Which is like, yeah.
That really comes across.
I think that answers a general theme. I actually, you know what? Even though I say like, we know what kind of stuff I talk about, it's like, it's always in the same medium of running and panic.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's a running theme. Okay.
Okay. I was trying to pretend like I wasn't gonna laugh, but like, yeah, you know what? I'll pay that.
Look, I'm on a lot of hay fever medication right now. Okay, give me a break.
Yeah. all those antihistamines, it's just getting to me. It's, oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, so.
Okay, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking. You've had a dream where you've been back at your old uni before that, haven't you?
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked about one.
I have had. I had one where I was at high school. I haven't had a uni one. I have another dream. I won't talk about it now, but I have another dream where I went to Tokyo and went to uni and my bike got stolen. So that's another story. That's another story for later.
Okay.
While you're digesting that, I'm looking up what does it mean when you have running dreams?
Mm-hmm.
So they preface it by saying if you're into athletics and fitness, running's part of your routine. So it makes sense as to why you'd probably be running a lot. I hate running. Number one, I hate running generally. Except when I got a bit fitter, it wasn't too bad. But still, not my preferred. Anyway, so they say, what do running dreams mean? you are facing a few challenges in life, and if you feel like you lack bandwidth to overcome it, then you might see yourself running in dreams. It signifies that you are indeed running away from the situation that's giving you a real headache. For instance, if you have landed in a financial mess and are baffled after thinking about the consequences, you would feel like leaving everything behind, unresolved and fleeing, such as a dream where you feel lowly or showing cowardice. Moreover, when you see yourself running in your dream, it could also mean that you do not want to accept reality as is. You want to live in a world of hallucination where everything is per your liking and preferences.
Yep.
However, when you realize that this figment of your imagination isn't anywhere close to the real world, you feel like running away, and this sentiment often is reflected in the form of the dream that leaves you feeling devastated. Okay. Let's take a look at that for a minute.
Well, because I think... No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was going to say...
No.
So you're running... You're running away from something, but could the guy, your teacher at the end, telling you it's the best thing you've ever read and rewarding you, could that be your subconscious saying everything's going to be okay?
I think that could be it. It's like running. It's like that. It's almost like an imposter syndrome dream, kind of. It's like I'm not really. It's like, oh, because like that back in my younger years, I was always very anxious. Anxious person, so I think that could be the running away from what I think it's a mix of trying to run away from like feeling like I'm an imposter, and also trying to run away from not happy with my current route in life. It's like I'm not depressed or about it, but it's like I would like things to change and move things forward. And I think it's almost feeling like I'm running out of time. And
then you have that teacher who is kind of your mentor and someone you look up to, telling you that you're doing okay, you're doing great, you have nothing to worry about.
And then I get a cookie, which is the physical representation of a job well done.
It's your reward. Maybe he's saying it's okay to reward yourself every now and then for doing something good.
Maybe. Okay. So, like, a lot of it is just, and being in a familiar setting. Actually, a lot of the imposter syndrome did start at uni. I was really conflicted at uni. It was a big battle for mental health and a battle for, what do you call it? Identity, all that kind of stuff. So that makes sense to why this was set there, you know? That's where a lot of identity forming happened.
Did you enjoy going to uni? Was it a place you really liked going to? Like you felt comfortable there?
That's a good question. It's a loaded question. Initially, yes. Started off that way. Then I had a big friendship falling out, so I was a bit apathetic towards it. Then I fell in love, so I liked it again, and then I got dumped. Then I hated it. Yeah, like I really hated it. And then I found a friend, reconnected with a friend from high school there who I had talked to in Yonks, which then it became fun again. And then I ended up going there to play sports after work. So now I think it ended pretty well. It ended well.
Okay, but it was very up and down.
It is that roller coaster.
Yeah, it was very up and down.
Yes.
Okay, which kind of makes sense as to why you're dreaming about it and having all these conflicted emotions at your uni.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would agree with this. Like, that's where I got my procrastination got really bad, where I'd really put stuff off until like the nth minute, and I would freak out and I'd get really upset. But then every time I would always get good marks, which kind of reinforced the poor behavior, which also probably goes back to the franticness at uni, trying to find this person for my whatever this assessment was to get answers. You know what I mean? Yeah. This was meant to be fun. Now it's getting deeper.
You did say this was going to be a fun dream, and now I'm really. You've got me thinking. Fun. You've got all the cogs moving in my head.
You had the darkness in your brain.
I don't like thinking. It's too hard. But I like that you're trying to find someone who you know you can find comfort within.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's
It
important.
was good. He had a soft spot for me.
Yeah, I think that's important to mention that, this person you're frantically trying to find has meant something to you. Like I said, they were your mentor. They got you your first job. It's someone you look up to. Have you reconnected with this person lately?
No.
Okay.
It was funny. I have a funny story about him. When I was in, was it year 9 or 10? Year 10, we had, I think it was year 10, yeah. There was, they had like the top 2 classes, and they were segregated and everyone else was mixed. And and my goal that year was, I'm like, I'm not in the regular classes. I deserve to be in the top 10% classes.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing really, really well. And then I ended up getting moved up to those smart classes. But I remember my teacher going, why do they always take all my good students? And he said it out loud in front of the whole class. And I was like, yeah, I'm a smart boy. I'm a smart boy.
Yeah, interesting.
So yeah, that little story also goes to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to wrap a bow on that dream,
yeah,
essentially it's a dream of panic. I'm thinking obviously an imposter syndrome where I'm trying to cover up something what I think has been done. Essentially, it's an anxiety dream.
Yeah.
I think the world's a certain way, but then faced with the air quotes reality of it, it's wrong. I'm actually wrong. I'm actually the opposite of what I was thinking. Is actually a positive experience, and that positivity represented by the, while sounding a bit spooky, the positive words of affirmations and a free cookie.
Well, there's also a little bit of self-reflection there as well, I feel.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. And that's the other part of my goddamn dreams. I always end up having these self-reflection dreams. It's like, what was it? Was it last week or the week before? Yeah. I had that where I was like, met that girl and felt feelings. And it's just like, cool. That's great. I think it was, that was a great dream. And I woke up and I'm like, now I'm sad.
Don't you hate it when you have a really good dream and you wake up and like, damn it, I wish that was real.
Yeah. God damn it. Or like imagine if you had a dream and you could be like, you can take one part of that dream with you. You can bring it back into reality and you wake up and it's just like, but yeah. What would you bring back? A dream girlfriend? Oh, that's
that's a bit sad.
Have you ever watched is it Ruby Sparks? You ever watched Ruby Sparks before?
No, I haven't.
So, spoiler warning for Ruby Sparks. This is the bloody What Do You Dream podcast, the movie cast. It's basically about a writer who writes his perfect girl. And then she comes to life. Okay.
Oh, that would be your dream, wouldn't it?
No, but then it's the whole point of it is, it is a bit of like a circle jerky kind of like, ooh, I am such a creative person and I made a creative person of who I. But the whole point of it is that just because there's that thing of what you want versus what reality is, and you can't make the perfect person because there's no such thing as the perfect person. It's just someone who can accept you for your faults, not you finding someone who is perfect.
Aw, I like that.
It's a good.
That's really sweet.
It's a good movie. It is. It's a good movie.
Who's the guy in it?
I love those. I don't know his name. Let me pull it up while I do that, because he had a huge stint on a bunch of different movies. But it's like it's funny. I always like those. They would call them hipster romance movies. You ever watch Her?
No. See, I'm not a big hipster kind of movie watcher.
Yeah. See, I'm a hipster. I think I'm a self-hating hipster. Okay. So that one. Okay, the guy in it. So the main actor was Paul Dano. He was in. What was he in? He's in 12 Years a Slave. I'm not going to sing the song he sang, but yeah. Oh, see, I never watched Oakja. You ever watch Oakja? He was in that.
No, I never heard of him.
Okja. That's another freaking Korean
Oh,
movie.
yes.
That's so
Okay, I know which one
weird
you're
and
talking about.
so goddamn good.
Is it about a whale or something?
Yeah, is it Korean?
Yeah.
It's like a hippo.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
hippo thing. That's
okay.
like, yeah. See, you got the Koreans, man. You're just too good. So you know what? Koreans know how to write good. They're writing first.
And not
They
to
know
mention
how to push a good story.
Not to mention K-pop. K-pop, I love K-pop. Blackpink, obsessed with them. Absolutely obsessed with them.
See, my brother was very obsessed with. We started with J-pop, then he got into K-pop and all that pop.
Oh, nothing beats K-pop.
It's all the same crap.
K-pop just sets a
Actually,
bar,
maybe.
And it's very hard to.
It's funny because I guess it's coming. It taps back to a lot of people and what they liked back in the 2000s of boy bandy stuff, right? But they make it they put a modern twist on it. Like it's not copying because copying wouldn't work. It's the build on top of it, you know. So
I like it.
Yeah, You see, I know people love the Korean soap operas. They love them.
Oh, really?
And yeah, apparently they actually, you know what? There's another Korean show on Netflix. I forgot what it was called, but it's a zombie show where it's like what would happen if zombies appeared in like feudal Korea. It's crazy good.
Okay.
Koreans just know how to write. It's like, but yeah, like back to the rom-com stuff. So you've got that's basically what a lot of my romance dreams end up becoming. It's this weird rom-com hipster kind of thing. You know, it's this like, this unattainable woman kind of vibe where like you're putting them on a pedestal and all that crap, and then it always ends so sad. It's like you haven't watched her, have you? That's like ScarJo AI talking to Joaquin Phoenix.
The what? What?
So it's a really good movie.
What movie?
Her?
No.
The movie's called Her.
No.
So yeah, it's like ScarJo is number one. ScarJo's just got like a great voice.
Oh
so
yeah,
that helps.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't work. It wouldn't be as good of a movie if it was what's the parrot from Aladdin?
Jafar. No, that's the bad guy.
No.
The parrot from Aladdin. I know who you're talking about.
I know his name. It is. What the hell? Oh no, it's doing it's Gilbert Gottfried. Yeah, that one.
Oh, you mean the actor? I thought you were talking about what the actual parrot's called in Aladdin.
Oh no! I meant the actor. No, like because if it was like this and he talked like this, I would cut my ears out.
That's a very good impression.
What would you like?
That's a good impression.
Well, it's not hard. I mean, you could do it. Try it.
I'm not even going to attempt that.
Oh, come on.
No.
It'd be so funny.
No.
It'd be like, because yeah, it'd be like if you had, his name was Iago.
That's it.
But like if this AI was in my ear and be like, "Hello, Nick, how are you going?" I'd be like, "Oh, I want to die." Would you like to know the weather? Why? Who thought this was appealing? Well, the 90s was a crazy time. Okay, I'm gonna stop that because my flaps in my throat. I'm not happy with that.
No, ScarJo has a very sexy kind of voice. It's a very good voiceover voice, like Morgan Freeman, like the king of voiceovers. I could just listen to him talk.
We went from sexy to Gordon Freeman. Morgan Freeman. Sorry.
Morgan Freeman.
Gordon Freeman's it's a character from a video game. Yeah. I changed one letter in that whole name. M to G. Everyone out there who knows what Half-Life is, give me a yell. But based on the demographics, I think I'm alone. We love you guys out there. Yeah. It's yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? On that ear bleeding note, I'd like to thank you all for listening so much. If indeed you still are I've been Nick with Kristi. This has been the What Do You Dream podcast saying goodbye and watch out for Iago.
Watch out for Iago.